Hey everyone, welcome back to Radical Garage, episode 3 of this motor swap. We're going to be putting the penny pincher rebuild engine into this Mustang. I have a few hours to try to get this done tonight. I'm hoping we can get this done. So I'm going to, put myself on a time lapse so I don't have to stop and record every little bit. First thing I want to start off with is putting the torque converter in and seating that, make sure it's seated all the way. Then we'll be putting this motor in. Also, in the background, you may hear or see it is harvest season, so there is a lot of traffic on this road right now. That's also another reason why I want to put myself on time lapse, just so we don't have to hear those vehicles passing by constantly. So, yeah, let's dig into this. We got some bad news, guys. As I was getting ready to fill the torque converter, I saw something in there that looked like it shouldn't be in there. I'm gonna pour out whatever's in here. I'm gonna try to do a straight flip over, and hopefully whatever I see comes straight out, but it doesn't look good. Go. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's the sound I was hoping not to hear. Well, once I hear this stop draining, I'll be back. All right, it stopped draining for the most part. Get this cardboard box down so I can set it on there. Okay, here we go. Oh man. See, I don't know. Do you guys see that chunk in there? Oh, that does not look good. I don't know what it is. It almost looks like plastic. Let me go grab a magnet and see if this is metal or not. We might be okay, potentially. I'm back. Okay, I got one of the strongest magnets I could find. Let's see. Oh, not magnetic, not one bit. If anyone knows what this might be inside a torque converter, please leave a comment, and hopefully I see this before we try to start this or drive this for too long. Is it going to destroy the torque converter? Is it going to destroy the transmission? That's what I'm more worried about. So yeah, let me know. Very curious to know what that is and why it's in the torque converter. I don't hear anything else. I don't see anything else. I mean, if we, look at this. I don't see anything in the bottom, so let's, I'm gonna fill this up and I'm gonna run it for right now. It's probably not the brightest idea, but hey, learn from your mistakes, right? All right, got some Valvoline ATF fluid here. I'm gonna keep track of how much I pour in here. I only want this to be about half full when it's sitting vertical so I don't spill any. Or we'll just start off spilling right off the bat. There we go. All right, we got the torque converter pretty full. Once you hold it straight up, there's a little bit that wants to leak out. So I think we're pretty well set there. I'm going to get a pan because I'm expecting a mess. Okay. Move this out of the way. Should have did my stretches today. Okay, well, let's hope everything goes well, because if it doesn't, I'm taking a bath. Okay, I think it is supposed to seat 3 times in there. Let's hope. One, two, 3. Oh, what the hell? Okay. He's in. Whew, it's not that bad. It is 3. Okay, now for the actual hard part. Getting out of this. Boy, was that a struggle. Took about a day and a half. Had to call reinforcements, but we finally got her in. She's mounted up. She's bolted up to the transmission. Working on putting the manifold in. But before I put the manifold in, I want to put that starter in while I have easy access to it. So let's do that. I'm going to keep you guys on a time lapse just so we're not wasting too much time and making it a long video like the last one. starter is in for the third time, as you guys can see right there. Manifold's in. First time I had to take it out was to put the manifold in, and second time I had to take it out so I could tighten the torque converter, so now it's the third time in. Hopefully it stays in this time, fingers crossed. Now I'm going to move to the front of the engine. I'm going to try to put the harmonic balancer and the thermostat housing on. Hopefully we can do that in a time lapse and actually have some decent footage this time. Well, I got the bolts, or the bolt and the washer for the dampener in the paint booth real quick. I'm going to try to see if I can bolt up this exhaust flange to kill some time while that paint dries and knock another thing off the list. There we go, dampener's on. I think I'm gonna call it a night tonight, but first things first, I just wanna double check my water pump pulley alignment and see if there's anything I need to order for tomorrow to pick up, or if we line up and we're good. We seem to be dead on the money, so that's a good spot to end for tonight, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. All right, in the spirit of keeping things moving forward, I'm gonna try to throw the radiator and the fan in here and try to knock that out tonight as well. what they say, if you enjoy something so much, why not do it twice? Next, I think I'm going to try to focus on doing the alternator and getting that whole accessory drive taken care of. And then we'll move on to doing the hoses and everything like that. Might switch around, put the carb on. We'll just see how we're feeling when we get done with the alternator. Throw this guy on. Not quite 100% sure what it does, but I know this will be for my heater core. I already have the hoses for it, so I think I'm going to use it while I have it. Before I put it on, I'm going to make a attempt at cleaning it up a little bit. Thing before we call it a night. Let's try to stab this bad boy in. It's already sitting at top dead center. Alright, we're back. It's the next day. I did get a little carried away and I did put the wires on. I did mark it at top dead center. I also put the hole down for the distributor in, so that's all set. I got to put the coil wire on. I did remount the coil right there. As I was remounting, I was thinking, you know, I don't know if that coil is going to be getting more, because I may or may not have power washed it with that coil tucked up under here, so fingers crossed that's still good. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna pluck away with some more of this wiring that I got to hook back up. Probably not going to film that because it's pretty tedious and no one likes watching that. So I'll get back when I have all the wiring hooked up and hopefully a few more things. And we might be able to try to start this bad boy. We got problems here. So I have the motor wired up just enough to crank it over. Just wanted to verify things. Mainly I just wanted to crank over a little bit, make sure that it's building oil pressure, you know, all the basics. As you can see, I got a little bit of oil in there, you know, and as I'm cranking it, I hear the dreaded thudding noise or knocking or whatever. I am 99.99999% sure it is not the motor, because when it was out, I spun that thing over hundreds and hundreds of times just to be sure it wasn't the motor. My theory is it's the torque converter. I don't think I have it seated far enough back or something, and it's close to the bell housing. I think it's hitting the bell housing as it's going around in a certain spot, which makes me worried that maybe it's a bent something.
I'm hoping not. But yeah, this stops us in the tracks for right now. So what that means is I'm going to have to pull this motor again. I'm going to pull it out. This time I'm going to pull out the transmission as well. I do want to make a engine run stand. I think that's going to be vital for this. I'm going to make a stand that I can hook the motor and the transmission up to before I put it in again. Just as it being, my first time doing this, I just want to do everything outside of the car first and then put it in the car. So I'm going to hook everything back up. I'll put my mic down there so you guys can listen. And if anyone watching this has any idea what it could be, please leave a comment. If you want to take a guess, leave it in the comments. I'll look at it. I'll go over everything. It's a huge learning experience that sucks that I got to learn this way. But no big deal. We'll rip it out of here, get the transmission out of here. Gives me a chance to go over the transmission. That might need to be rebuilt. So we'll see. When I got the car, the drive shaft was out of it. Hopefully that was just for transport and it wasn't a problem with the transmission. We'll see. But yeah, let me get everything set up. I'll get the mic down there. We'll crank it over one last time, and then we'll go from there.
All right, I have the mic right here, close to the engine and the bell housing. Obviously, it's not as good as anyone being here, being able to listen to it in person. This is the best I can do right now. Let me crank it over, and we will see if we can hear the noise. I'm not going to crank it very long. I don't want to do any, damage anymore. Hopefully we don't just destroy something, but here we go.
All right, as you guys hopefully heard, it is definitely not happy. One of the problems I'm having is it's actually binding right now. So that's a major issue. So just don't want to push it any further. Don't know if it's something I could fix with it in the car as it is or not. But I have enough concerns and worries that I feel it's justified to pull it out of the car, pull the transmission out. Definitely want to go through the transmission and just give everything a once over, clean it, and give it the best shot I can. So that concludes this episode. If you guys again have any advice, please leave it in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we will be back with the 1979 Ford F-150 next.